Welcome to Networks Professionals.
All right, let's dive right in. If you're trying to break into the tech world, you've probably hit a wall of just a ton of acronyms, right? CCNA, AWS, CompTIA, what's the right first move? Look, it's a huge decision. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and give you a super clear, simple roadmap. Let's get to it. So, you're at a crossroads. Over here, you've got the world of networking. And over there, you've got the cloud, which is just getting bigger every day. It feels like a massive choice because, let's be honest, it really is. The path you pick right now can seriously shape your entire career. So the big question is, where do you even start?
Let's start with what so many people in the industry consider the real beginning, the absolute bedrock of any solid IT career. We're talking about the CCNA. You can think of this as learning the rules of grammar before you try to write a best-selling novel.
So, what is the CCNA anyway? Well, it stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. It's pretty much the industry standard, entry-level certification from Cisco. You know, the biggest name in networking, period. Nailing this cert basically tells any employer, hey, I've got the core skills to get a network up and running.
And listen, this is not just about memorizing theory from a book. The CCNA is all about proving you have the practical, hands-on skills that companies are desperate for. It shows you could actually walk into a server room, install real hardware, figure out why a router isn't working, and handle all the essentials of IP addresses and security. It even touches on modern stuff like automation.
So why is all that hands-on stuff so important? Well, think about it. What do all the hottest fields in tech right now? Cloud, cybersecurity, DevOps, what do they all have in common? They all run on a network. Plain and simple. If you don't get how data moves from point A to point B, you are eventually going to hit a wall in your career. Networking isn't just another skill, it's the foundation that everything else is built on.
Now, are you feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't be. For someone who's dedicated and just starting out, the recommended study time to really nail the CCNA is just about 3 to 6 months. That's a pretty small investment of your time for a skill set that is going to pay off for your entire career. It is totally achievable.
And let's just quickly run through the logistics, the nitty-gritty. The exam code you're looking for is 200-301. It'll cost you around $300 and your cert is good for 3 years before you have to renew it. And the best part, you can take it online from your own home or at a local testing center, whatever is easier for you.
Okay, let's shift gears and look at the other side of that crossroads. Now we're going to talk about AWS, but here's the key. We're not looking at it as a starting point. We're positioning it for what it is, a seriously powerful, high-level specialization. We're specifically talking about the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professional. Now notice those keywords: advanced, complex architectures, cost-optimized. This certification is all about designing enormous enterprise-level cloud setups for Amazon Web Services, the biggest cloud provider in the world. Okay, I really can't say this enough, and if you take one thing away from this section, let it be this. The AWS Professional Certification is absolutely 100% not for beginners. Jumping into this without the right background is kind of like trying to get your commercial pilot's license before you've even learned to drive a car.
And there's a good reason for that. See, the recommended prerequisite isn't just another class you can take, it's experience. AWS themselves recommend you have at least 2 years of actual hands-on, in-the-weeds experience with their services before you even think about trying this exam. It's designed to test your ability to solve really tough problems, the kind you only learn how to solve on the job.
So, if we boil it all down, the crucial difference is this simple. The CCNA is your launch pad. It's designed to get you that first or second job in tech. The AWS Professional Cert, that's your rocket booster. It's designed to take a career that's already up and running and send it into the stratosphere.
All right, so now that we've got a good handle on both of these certs, let's put them side by side for a direct head-to-head showdown. This should make the right choice for you totally crystal clear.
This table really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got CCNA, beginner level, focused on that core networking stuff. It's a tough exam for sure, but definitely doable. On the other side, AWS Pro, totally advanced, focused on high-level cloud design, and it is notoriously difficult. It's pretty obvious who each one is for, right? Newcomers should absolutely start with the CCNA. Experienced pros can set their sights on AWS. And here's the kicker. The cost is the same, but the real investment for AWS Pro isn't the $300, it's the years of experience.
Okay, so knowing all of that, what's the actual game plan? How do you get from knowing nothing to becoming a cloud expert? Well, Don't worry, we've laid out the perfect roadmap for you.
Here it is, your step-by-step path to success. Step 1. Start with the CCNA. Build that rock-solid networking foundation we've been talking about. Step 2. Add some Linux and basic scripting skills to your arsenal. Step 3. Now you're ready for the cloud. Go for an AWS associate level cert first. And then finally, after you get that real-world experience, you can go and conquer the AWS professional exam.
So why this specific order? Because this strategy is all about building up layers of knowledge. Each step gets you ready for the next one. By following this path, you make sure that when you finally sit down for that incredibly tough pro-level exam, you're not just repeating facts you memorized. You actually, truly understand how and why things work all the way from the ground up.
Let's wrap this up with a thought that just perfectly summarizes everything we've talked about today. CCNA is the foundation, AWS is the high-paying specialization. If you skip the basics, AWS becomes very difficult. That's it. That's the whole story. Build that foundation first, and that amazing specialization will be waiting for you when you're ready.
So there you have it. We've laid out the complete roadmap, from total beginner to seasoned pro. The path is clear, the steps are laid out, and the goal is totally within your reach. So the only real question left is the one right here on your screen. You have the map. What's your first step?
Thanks for watching.